you don't know who I am Jacqueline Shaw, and I am your African fashion business coach. And what I do is help creative entrepreneurs, African fashionist business entrepreneurs, to start, build, and scale profitable fashion businesses that are made in Africa. Help you to launch it, to do all of this stuff to get that business up and going. Now, I've got a lot to cover. Make sure that I do, I've only got half an hour. So I'm going to try to get it done even in 15 minutes. Let's see what I can do. So have your notes. So I wanted to talk to you about how you find your African manufacturers. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I always hear how you guys, people like yourselves, are struggling to find quality suppliers. There's a lot of discussion that goes on in all of my groups. My previous groups, I had a group which had nearly 4,000, well, over 4,000 people in there. I had to reduce that down because I wanted to make sure. Now I've got a new group and it's a bit smaller, but if you look at the link, in the video and you can see, you can join that group. But one of the things that come out is, you know, there's a few urban myths and legends going around, information that's going around about African suppliers and manufacturing. And before we put a band-aid on it with a few quick tips, and I'll do this, do that, I'd rather take a step back and really think about the problem so we can really get into what's going on. So I want to get inside this. I want us to discuss this, and I want to give you guys a few things. So what we're going to cover in today's session is looking at the 3 types of factors to look for in manufacturers you want to work with in Africa. The only metric that I use, well, no, the only one, the recommended metric that I use to find suppliers that you should be using, why your sample quality may have dropped. Okay, that's a big one. Reasons why it has dropped. Maybe it's got stuff made before and now it's not so great. And what you can do to increase your manufacturer contacts and the quality of that. So let's get into this and let me lay out what's going on. See, this is what I see what's going on. Tell me if this resonates with you, that right now you probably don't have enough contacts in Africa. Don't have enough contacts. You don't have the fashion background. You feel that disqualifies you, and you feel that a lack of your degree, not having a fashion degree, means that you're unqualified and you're unable to do that business. If that sounds like you, let me know. You want to just create a fashion business in Africa and one that sells. I'm here to tell you that none of those issues and problems that you have matters. Maybe you've sourced Africa before, it's been poorly made, you've been disheartened, things have taken forever, hasn't come back as exactly as you thought, and you felt let down. And you have doubted African production. It happens to a lot of people. You end up doubting African production as a whole. Now, you just don't want to go through all of that again because you've wasted, well, you feel you've wasted time and money. It didn't work for you, okay? So you're still passionate. You'd like to build a fashion business made in Africa, and you have a fashion business that you want to create, but you're just struggling with how to make that happen. And you're sick of working with what I call the one tailored by the roadside. I'll go into that later. Those who follow me already, you know what I'm talking about. You're ready to find an easier way to find quality supplies, okay? Maybe that's where you're at. You want to expand your African sourcing strategy. You want to stop feeling overwhelmed. If I'm talking to you, do comment and say, yes, that's me. That's me. I want you to comment if that sounds like you. If anything I'm saying sounds like you. And now are you questioning if fashion can be made in Africa? And where can you source textiles? Where can you manufacture your goods? Who do I work with without being ripped off? And you've got a burning desire to just make this happen, but you're confused with just how to start. In fact, you're thinking that the only thing that's reliable is that everything is unreliable. And you're just tired of getting like shoddy made samples and hustling and getting bad quality and not knowing who to trust and where to get things done. You're just tired of it. And the worst case scenario is where you've got stock that you've produced in Africa and it's sitting in your home office or wherever it may be that you're working in, and you just stop there because you can't sell it because the quality isn't good and you just can't sell it. So you're just scraping by at the moment. You've probably got debt going on as well. So you're just in a bit of a state. If that's where you are, let me know. Okay. What you really want is a simple system in place so that you can just start this fashion business and grow as a business with an understanding from concept to design. You would understand who your customer is, African landscape, who your suppliers are, how to source, how to do production, how to do marketing, how to do branding, how to generate steady and increasing leads which become customers and get sales each and every month. Is that you? Okay, I'm getting to the juicy part now. I'm getting to the juicy part. Can you imagine manufacturing premium fashion products and doing that with confidence? Can you imagine actually doing that with joy, with expectations, and with the ease of process? Can you imagine that? Most of my clients and customers did before they started working with me. And they are doing that now without a big list of suppliers and without history working in the fashion industry, without that degree, or without even going to Africa yet. So they have done that. How would you feel if you had access to honest suppliers, vetted suppliers, professional suppliers in Africa who have experience with international shipping? How would that feel? And a hand to guide you through, someone to help you to cut time and cost, to help you identifying your best route to take in Africa and your business, to grow that business and create one that's aligned with your life today. How would that feel? How would you feel to get up-to-date information, industry information advice? Because you see, this is the thing, you've got the power, okay? See, you are here today, you're watching this, and you've got the power to change the trajectory of your life today. You've got that power. And you're never going to feel ready, and it's never going to be less scary. But everything that you've ever wanted is right there. It's just on the other side of where you're feeling fear. I remember my old pastor used to say that fear is F-E-A-R, fear, false evidence appearing real. Okay? And the fear is just a bit of a lie. You'll need a process to take you from having an idea to having samples in hand of that finished product. But the thing is that you need to know what types of manufacturers to work with. And there's like 3 different types of manufacturers that you can work with. There's those who are experienced with exporting. They've already done it. They know what they can get the paperwork in place. And they're already set up like that. They're used to DHL. They're used to all these methods. The second type of manufacturer is the kind who can scale your business. They may be smaller, but they've got the capacity. They know how to build quality. They know how to get that product out to you in time and on time. They can scale with you as your business scales because they're growing. Okay, and then the other type of business manufacturer to work with is the one who's more relevant and experienced with your product type. Can they do what you need them to do? Do they have what it takes to build your type of product? Because not everybody's going to be right for you. Not everyone's going to be right. So right now you're experiencing this. And this is based on the myths that you've been believing, that these are not going to help you to grow or scale your business. It's actually going to stop you from growing or scaling and getting sales. That's what's going to be happening. And these myths are causing your sample quality to drop. And one of the main things is the fact, well, let me get into the myths, okay? There's a few of them that I want to tell you about. There's plenty out there that are stopping you, but these are some of the key ones. So I mentioned about mindset in regards to thinking that you need to have a degree, 10 years experience, the contacts ready, traveling around Africa, just doing all the stuff that I've done. That's a big myth that you think that you need to have for right now. Do you know that Vivienne Westwood, who I love as a designer, but she has no fashion degree at all? She is one of the world's famous catwalk designers. Did you know that? She also does production in Africa. Okay, Rosario Dawson, who's an actress, doesn't have a fashion degree. Even though I don't think a business partner even has a fashion degree, yet they're producing in multiple African countries and selling that product and doing catwalk shows in New York during New York Fashion Week and more. They're doing that. They didn't have all those contacts in the beginning, but they've got themselves connected. And many of my clients as well do so. The other thing that they have a myth that you believe is that many believe that Africa can't actually make fashion products. Can you believe that? Then some people believe that fashion is not even being made there. I'm like, come on now, hello. It can so be done. And when I tell you, like I said, Vivienne Westwood's doing that. Stella McCartney has done it. Wrangler jeans, Calzedonia, all of these brands, H&M, you guys know I talk about all the time. They've been doing that already. And you can work with factories in Africa to produce for you. Even the kind of factories that I'm connected to has produced for Kanye West and produced for ASOS as well. So different types of factories in Africa doing stuff already, okay? The other myth, I'm not going to go, there's got quite a lot, but the other myth is that, that you can't make money from it. That you can't make money from fashion made in Africa. But many believe that it can't be done, that people think you can't make fashion products in Africa. And it's like, this is just ridiculous. I told you, you can't make money, sorry. These are ridiculous. There's so many retailers who are buying up the land, Africa, who are looking to, they seeing um, they're seeing the Africa as a marketplace for people to purchase product, their own product. They see the opportunity to make them. But yeah, so you can be made. Money can be made. They're making money. They're seeing money opportunities. These fashion businesses, H&M and so forth, would not go over there if they didn't think they could make money. You have to remember they've done a lot of due diligence. They put a lot of things in place so you can do that. So when it comes to your business, and we're talking about today how those who are struggling to find quality manufacturers, a lot of it is to do with your mindset. A lot of it is knowing who are the right people to work with and knowing what you need to be looking at when you're looking for manufacturers. So, talk about the 3 different types to work with. The myths which are stopping you from scaling your business and getting good quality. And that's the main thing. And the other thing is, you're working with the one tailor by the roadside, and they can't scale your business. They can't scale your product. So your sample quality may be dropping because they're making it one by one. That's a huge one. And I always say this cannot be done. So if you believe these myths and lies, it's caused you to be stagnant in building your fashion business in Africa. If it's something that you're struggling to overcome, we need to stop that. You may not have supplies right now, but we need to shake this up. We need to shake this up. If something is not working, you need to change to get it to work, okay? Or you get left behind. So what could you be doing to counteract this, to fix your problem? First of all, understanding the manufacturers to work with. As I said, those who are experienced with exporting, the type who can scale the business, so not the one tailored by the wayside, but an actual factory which is doing African production. And then the ones who are relevant and experienced for your product type. There's no point going to one who can do more like jerseys or dresses and tailored wear, and you want more like t-shirts and things done, because they're different machines, they can't do that. So without tech packs, measurement charts, all of these things, would you have an idea? Would they have an idea of what to produce for you? You go into them without these things, and then you expect them to be able to produce and translate your idea. So it's time to make a shift in your mindset. Look, let's just get serious for a little minute, okay? Why have you not pursued your dreams, and what are you waiting for? What are you really, really waiting for to happen in order for you to pursue this dream, in order for you to make this thing happen? Many people I see, they're following like the big African fashion blogs, and I'm seeing new companies being set up all the time now. It's a big thing right now. So you're following like the Bella Naja, obviously African Fashion Guide, my one, Natal Media, maybe you're following them, or you follow Trevor Sternum and all these what he's doing with style. I see a different all of these kind of blogs that you're following. Diana Poti in Kenya, maybe following her, maybe following fashion shows like Lagos Fashion Week. You're watching all this stuff. But are you actually serious or just a talker? Let's just get straight up with it, because these are what's stopping you from getting quality manufacturers, from starting your fashion business in Africa. It's a lot of things that often we are doing ourselves that is stopping us. Okay? So for months and years, you've probably spoken to friends and families about how you will start your African fashion line, and then tumbleweed. It's time to stop the talk, and it's time to walk the walk. If this is something you seriously want to do, it's time to walk the walk. I know I'm being a little bit harsh, but real talk. Crazy stuff has been happening around, where we are right now, but yet you're in the same talk and place as you've been for the last how many years. So it's time to make a decision to move forward. But things will only change when you make a change, and that's firstly about killing those limiting beliefs, annihilating those myths, and taking action. It's about you doing something today that your future self will be proud of and grateful that you did. Okay, it's about making that step today that will change the trajectory of your life and your business. It's about taking the hand that will guide you there. Okay, your ambition, the determination I hear from a lot of you guys, the commitment is all that is needed at this stage. To have what you've never had, you have to do what you've never done. So making that commitment, just getting started, doing that thing, that's what it takes. Making that first step in the direction that you've never been is action that you need to take. So maybe you've never traveled Africa, maybe you've never had a business coach, maybe you've never sketched your designs, or whatever it may be, but taking that first step in the direction that you've never been is action you need to take to have what you want to have. Get me? So making the first step in a direction that where you've never been is the action you need to take to have what you want to have. Do it scared. Feel the fear and do it anyway. There's people inside my membership club who've done that. They're like, oh, I don't know if I've got the money to pay for the membership. There's a fee for each month. But yet they just took that first risk, they stepped in, and now they're in. And we're working through the 6-month roadmap, going through the process. And they're already making moves, they're already putting things in place. Okay? So if you're ready to make your dreams a reality, see the benefit of working with somebody who's experienced and you have a vision, you're determined, you've got the drive to see it through to fruition. That's why it's really going to take that drive. And you can recognize the importance of investing in your goals, then the time is right for you. You know, if you're ready to move forward, then just do the things that you need to do. Take that first step. Invest in your dream. You know, what you can do to increase your manufacturer contacts quality is by stopping what you've already been doing, okay? I know it sounds a bit weird, like, is that the answer? But it is, it's stopping some of the things you've already been doing. So I use a particular metric to find suppliers. I call it the C2C theory or the framework, and is the capability to capacity framework. It's looking at what the capabilities are of that company, of that manufacturer, and looking at what their capacity is. Those are what I call the C2C theories, a framework that I've built. So find out what the supplier is capable of doing and has capacity to do. And when you know this, you can open up with them, you can connect with them and bring back that human experience. Because the thing is, emotion is something that is sells, and so is relationship. So when you grow an emotional connection with your audience and your suppliers, and you build relationships with your suppliers, it's so necessary. That's what's going to build your business. That's what's going to help you to get more quality products from your manufacturers, because you've built relationship and you've got transparency. And maybe before you felt like you've not been belonging in this realm or feeling left out when you compare yourself to others and what they're doing. But it's a human universal connection that we have where, you know, we all feel that way. We all have at times feel that way. But I want you to tap into stories now. I want you to open up and share and take interest in your suppliers before selling product, before trying to sell them into producing for you. Take an interest in them. If you're not interested in them and their growth and their business, they're not going to be that interested in you. They're going to just feel like you want to just come in and, you know, it's all you. Take an interest in them. And if you're just thinking sales, you know, you're thinking I'm going to just make in wax print and sell and sell and sell, you know, you're doing it wrong. People want to connect with the stories, you know, so just simmer down for a minute and think, yes, you do need to have sales in your business, of course, or you're not going to have a business. But bring an effort to get to know and connect with your audience and with your suppliers. You know, make an effort to get to know who they are. Your suppliers will become your partners. That's where your focus needs to be in the beginning, to get to connect with them and understand them. You're going to find your more quality, better quality of your product. You know, know what their plans are, know what their hopes are, know what the things are that keeps them up at night, what they're capable of doing. All of these things are going to work towards you getting better quality supply, manufacturing and product. So when you go for the sale later on with your audience and your customers, it's going to be so much easier. It's going to be so much easier. So, okay. Oh, I didn't meet my half an hour. Good. So that was my big tip for today from the Call Day Tips, a bit of training. And in what you can do to increase the quality of suppliers and to find, you know, better, you know, good supply to manufacturing. You know, it's about getting a bit more vulnerable, reach out, ask questions, get to know them, all of this stuff, and get to know your community as well. Just like I'm doing right now, get to know you as my community. So if you have a question regarding engaging with your suppliers, with your customers, with your manufacturers, you know, it's all about maneuvering in regards to you're maneuvering yourself so that you can connect with them. So if you've got any questions about that, do type it in. So today we covered the 3 type of factors that you look for in your manufacturers. I mentioned that earlier. I mentioned the main metric or recommended metrics that I use to find my suppliers, which was a C2C theory or framework. Why your sample quality may be dropping is the lack of relationship, or you're working with your one-to-one tailors by the roadside. You're not working with suppliers who can scale your business, and what you can do to increase your manufacturer contacts and your quality. And that's all about relationship building. It's different to probably what you were thinking about, but all of this really makes a difference. All right, that's me for today, and I'll see you on the next video. Take it easy, guys.